Hi there, Clara Chenevert, the Stepmom Coach. I am here for day 7 of my 30-day gratitude and success challenge. So, quarter of the month done. And, I'm not going to say how everything is going because it's an up and down thing, right? For some people it's going good. For some people it's going terribly bad. But the purpose of our call tonight is to get together and to share what we're grateful for. And as I've mentioned before, it doesn't have to be a big thing. It doesn't have to be life-shattering. Just acknowledging what is going on in your day. And so one of the things, there was an important thing that I learned today, or that we had a conversation, which is part of my gratitude for today, was that we're always learning. And I think that when we open ourselves into the possibility of learning something different or something new, there's a sense of it brings some joy or some happiness. Doesn't have to be really big, but it makes a difference. And so I'm going to share. So twice a month, I meet with a group of coaches, all kinds of coaches, executive, behavioral, business coaches, life coaches, spiritual coaches. So we're all coaches that get together and we talk about coaching, which is the reason we get together. And it was really, this morning was really a good session where we talked about resiliency. And so one of the coaches shared a program or a one sheet from a Dr. Dennis Charnay, who wrote the resilience prescription. And one of the conversations was around what helps us to be resilient. And with everything that's going on around the world, I think we need to talk a little bit more about resiliency and how to help ourselves to be resilient around what is going on. And, being resilient may look different from one person to another. And so it was interesting because he shared 5 things that this coach goes to George Mason University, which is the university I graduated from. And so he talked about some of the things that help us be resilient. And so some of the things were developing coping skills. Another one was the physical well-being, a positive attitude. And then there was the one about, let me just find it because I just want to make sure that I say it properly. The having a life purpose. And for me, when we have a life purpose, that helps us to be resilient and to face anything that happens to us. It's the reason we get up in the morning. It's what helps us feel fulfilled at night when we go to bed and feel like, wow, I'm pleased with what I do. And so I want to tie it into a little bit about doing a daily gratitude journal and a success journal, right? So in my years as a before computers and electronic calendars, I used to write in my daily planner, my appointment book, all that I did during the day. So even if I wasn't busy, I always felt that at the end of the day, I had accomplished something. And so I was used to writing down like what I did in the day. And I realized then that it really helped me to feel a sense that I had done something good during the day. And so come the electronic calendar where we put everything in the electronic planner and everything is set up for you, so you never have to look at your calendar the same way. And I started to feel as if like, I feel, especially after when we moved here and I was going to school and I wasn't working full time. I was working in the house, but that wasn't working at a job. And I felt that at the end of the day, I felt I had done nothing. And I know it's not true because anybody who raises kids, takes care of a house, and even more so now, we know that we don't do nothing, right? There's always something to do in the house. But because I didn't write it down, I couldn't remember. Like if someone said, so what did you do in your day? I sort of forgot. I didn't give it my attention. And so by not giving my attention, it didn't have a lot of importance. And so 4 or 5 years ago, I started to write down at the end of the day what I felt I had done. So this is where my success journal came in. And I would write a minimum of 3 things. And there were days where I couldn't find anything to write. And so I would write, I got up, I got dressed, I did the dishes, or I did my bed. Hi, Darcy. Hi, how are you? And so I found, and I've seen this with my other my clients as well, that when we write down what we've done, when we write down what we feel was a success for us, it makes our day a lot better. It makes our day meaningful. It gives us a sense of resiliency. And so this here from Dr. Dennis Charney comes to that point, at least when it comes to having a purpose in your day. And, it helps me to appreciate, this challenge and this activity. And so just a little bit for you, hoping that it'll encourage you to write your gratitude, what you're grateful for, and your successes. And if you want to share them with me, I would love to see them because it would be, I would like to see them and share, praise you and congratulate you and high five you. So, and again, as I said, I write them in my orange journal. And so this is where my gratitudes and my success go to. So today, I want to acknowledge what I'm grateful for. And one of the things that I was grateful for is a great group of people that I got to connect with. Especially with physical distancing that we're experiencing more and more, I'm starting to realize how just connecting with people, even if it's via Zoom or a call, saying hi, really makes my day go a little nicer, a little bit more joy. I've worked from home for the last 14 years, so in terms of what I do for work, it's not changed that much. What has changed was the fact that, if I want to go and meet people for coffee or things like this, we don't do that. But we have started to do more virtual lunches, which I had today, and I had a virtual coffee with my coaching colleagues. And that really gave me a boost. It gave me a boost so that I felt like, I have energy to do my work and accomplish and finish some of my tasks. So I was very grateful for the group of people I got to connect. I'm grateful for the learning opportunities that my coach colleagues gave me an opportunity to learn. And so, for example, when I talked about the resilience prescription from Dr. Dennis Charney, I look at that and was like, oh, this is so good. I could share it with my clients. I could share it with other people I work with. So the gift of that learning continues, not just from me, but with other people. So I love to learn. I'm always learning. The other thing I'm grateful for is that we have plenty of food in our house. And sometimes we were talking at lunchtime that sometimes I get sucked into the feeling that I'm going to miss out on something. I get sucked into the fear that I'm not going to have enough food or whatever else is going on. And so I have to remind myself, we have enough. I'm not going to go out. I'm not going to miss. In my case, I know that I'm not going to miss out. I know it's not the same for everybody. And I really get that it's a real fear. So I'm not minimizing it. So for me, I am grateful that I have enough to eat, that I don't need to worry. And I need to remind myself that it's okay. I don't have to go to the grocery store whenever something happens or things like this. And I have a fourth thing I want to be grateful for, that we have great health. We're healthy. In the last few days, my husband wasn't feeling very good, and he was starting to feel congested, and it really, really worried me. And so he took some Tylenol for cold, and it's allergy season where we are. So there's a lot of pollen, and both him and I suffer from seasonal allergies. So this morning when he woke up, he says, oh, I feel so good. I'm not congested. I was like, oh, thank you for that. I was like, priceless. So that I was very, very super grateful. And I thought I'd mention it. So what are you grateful for? What are some of the things you would like to acknowledge and share as part of this gratitude challenge? Like I said, it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be earth-shattering or moving mountains. It could be just something as simple as, hey, I got up, I got dressed, and I got ready for my day. That could be it. Whatever. So, my successes. I've been talking about doing watercolor in the last several days. And so, I want to share, I have completed or nearly completed one of my watercolors, and I'm going to share it with you. So this is an online class that I take from my mentor teacher. Her name is Lynn Pratt, and she offers online classes. So if you ever want to check her out, go, and I may even put the link at the bottom. So here are my bananas. I am going bananas with my bananas, right? I just need to put maybe some duct tape, and maybe I could sell it for $100,000. So these are my bananas. There's only some shadowing I need to do. So this is my success. I completed my bananas. My second success is I'm almost done with the article that I was writing yesterday, and I spent a lot of time on it today. So just some cleaning up and tightening and squeezing stuff out of there. So I'm pretty pleased with it. So that's good. And then my third success is, when I said we had a lot of food, is I made some sourdough bread with a lot of spices. So it's called the sourdough pizza bread. And that was so good. I ate too much bread, but that's okay. And so those are my successes. I did sit outside for lunch before I had my other virtual lunch, so that was nice. I got to sit outside and get more pollen in my eyes. So what are your successes for today? What are some of the things that you celebrated? Hi, Lori. How are you? So I'm wrapping up. Oh, let me do this for you. All right, because I know you know. I've finished painting my watercolor. And this is from my mentor teacher, Lynn Pratt. And this is one of the classes. So these are my bananas. I'm going bananas, and yes, it's a watercolor. I did not glue bananas on my paper with duct tape. They're painted, and so what are your successes? What would you like for us to celebrate as a success today? And again, just like the gratitude, it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be earth-shattering. Something as simple as I did the dishes, right? Well, my husband does the dishes, so I have to say I am successfully married to a great guy who does my dishes. Well, he's more than just doing my dishes, but I just want to say that I appreciate and recognize that he washes my dishes. Even when I complain, he still washes my dishes. I'm a terrible person. So thank you for being here. Oh, and I do want to say that tomorrow from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have a Zoom call. And so I would love you guys, for everybody to come and join us. And during that Zoom call, we're just going to chat about, what's going on for you. What are some of the challenges you're dealing and facing during this lockdown, this coronavirus, or anything, being at home with your stepkids, or maybe you're missing them, or you're stuck at home with your partner and wondering, I don't have a place to work. One of my coaching friends, she has a small apartment, so she's sitting here. This is her laptop, and her boyfriend's laptop is right there, and so they're talking and trying to share the space and doing conference calls. And so working, if you're not used to working together in that same space, it could be hard. So come on and let's have a conversation. Let's talk about what's going on and support one another. And it could be a good place to just share what's going on. I know that felt good for me this morning and at lunch, where I was able to talk about what was going on, and it just lifts, it takes some of the burden off our shoulder. And it's part of being more resilient. So, and I may just talk more about resiliency on our call tomorrow night. All right. So if you want to join our call on Zoom, it's stepmomcoach.com/Zoom. That will take you to our Zoom room. All right. So have a great evening. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you hanging out with me, and share what you're grateful for, and share what a few of your successes for today. All right. So take care. See you tomorrow. Bye.